Alright, and here we have over at the left side of the map, Antigua Shipyard. It is none other than Startail Virus. Trying to infect new fans with his great play last game, and here is his opponent. Played extremely well. He's shown us some really cool timing attacks thus far. Will he do it again? It is OGS Cezanne. And something that we often see, I was talking about this a little bit before with Dual Sight, something we often see with TVZs, especially on this map, is, you know, this easy to get third base. And it's actually a bit of an advantage for the Terran player because the Zerg's going to want to have one base up over the Terran for the most part. Because they're going to need more bases to have the same economy because you can drop mules and what have you. So what that means is that the Terran has advantage because they can actually take this third base and then just hold this position. Right? They can get siege tanks out. They can hold this position and take 3 bases very easily. Okay, well, if they're bunkering up, that means the Zerg can get 3 bases also, right? Well, that is the case, but, oh, I like this. Sending out this drone to scout around for proxy barracks. Very smart, although I don't know why he didn't check up there. That would have been a good spot for it as well, actually. So, a little bit interesting. Anyway, point being, yes, the Zerg can then get a third base as well, but because the Zerg wants to get a 4th base when the Terran has 3, they have to get one either here, really wide open in the middle of the map, where the Terran can theoretically siege up on top of here and attack them, or they have to get it very far away and get it all the way around the side here. Or, again, pretty far away, all the way around the side down here to this third. So they have to get a 4th rather, that's very, very far away from their main defense point. And so that makes it easy for the Terran to just, I mean, the way that Terrans shut down Zergs on this map is they just continually go after that 4th base. They stay on 3 bases themselves, and they continue to go after that 4th of the Zerg over and over again, and then usually they expand to the middle here, because then they can just take the high ground and the watchtower, and then they just hold the middle of the map very well, because Terrans are a very good defending race. They can just hold up and siege up and bunker up and hold out very well, and make it very hard for people to attack them. And of course then they can send out drops to extra bases of the Zerg. So we're gonna see, though. I mean, this is all just a perspective possibility. We might see some early attacks from either of these players. Still, we're going for the reactor hellions again out of Virus. Part of me is hoping a little bit that Terran players will start to do some new things pretty soon, try some new ideas, or that Zergs actually will do some new things and try and throw off this Reactor Hellion expand, which has become so standard because it's so easy and safe to get an expansion up. And there we go, switching those buildings around. In any case, yeah, we've seen some early pressure from Cezanne every single game. And, or by early I mean like before 3 bases. So will we see that again? We're going to find out. Already getting his creep tumors started with his 2nd queen down here at the expansion. Getting up a spine crawler, very smart as well. Yeah, usually on this map, again, I don't know if we're going to see exactly the same way, but probably will. Usually on this map, it's a kind of a slow battle for the Zerg to try and get the creep over to the ramp so they can get the spine crawler to the ramp and then down the ramp, because they need the spine crawler down in here in order to protect against the Hellions in order to secure this 3rd, basically. Or they need some kind of other units out, obviously like a Roach Horn. Oops, sorry about that. Forgot the production tab. Look at that. 2 command centers going up for our Terran player Virus. He's already building one here at the expansion. He's building a 3rd because he knows he's going to be able to really easily come over here and take this 3rd position. And yeah, see, look at this. Trying to stop any creep tumors from going up. And actually, sometimes we see, oh, I forget who it was. Some Terran player, I think it might have been MVP, someone really good, was patrolling a Hellion up here to make sure they couldn't even put creep tumors over on this spot over here. And so he's just going ahead and putting these Hellions down here. Queens are going to try and force them back a little bit. And off creep, the Hellions can kite the Queens pretty easily. Well, not pretty easily, but they can kite them. Oh, Zerglings don't even get by to do any kind of scouting. That would have been an opportunity for him to plant down that creep tumor while he was battling those Hellions. Well, the Hellions were battling his Zerglings, but he didn't get that chance. So, still no creep tumors. He's got another one over here, but again, he's just gonna have to wait for something more to be able to push down that ramp. And there we go, Roach Warren up. Although, actually, this is looking very similar to our Game 1 build, where he got his Macro Hatch and then he got the Roach Warren. If we see a Baneling Nest falling up before too long, it looks like he might have the same build. And he's trying to basically make it look like a normal build where you just try and push down this ramp. A little transfuse there. All the damage you guys did for nothing. I mean, it's... Oh, look at that automaton. Look at that guy. He's freaking out. He's like, ah, I'm stuck inside a Hellion! He's going crazy. Alright, poor automaton. Anyway. Oh, you let him free. Sweet. In any case, yes. So we have the Roach Warren up. It looks like he's going to make a round of roaches. He's got the money for more roaches. Is he going to build more roaches? I don't know. Tank and Marines are out now. And third base, this would be a really good opportunity for him to do that roach attack, but no, he's not going to do it this time. Interesting. This actually would have worked out really well if he did that same build as game number 1, where he made some roaches and Zerglings and Banelings and attacked. But in this case, because then instead of having a wall, he would have had just an open field here, no bunkers, and third base that was going up. So might have worked out well. Anyway, he is just going to make 4 roaches, and then he's going to go ahead and expand, get the extra base up, and start teching. He just made a ton of drones as well. And, oh, missed an inject there by a little bit. Anyway, I like that though. I mean, 4 roaches is more than enough to deal with, you know, 6 Hellions. Whatever that was. Yeah, 6 Hellions. So he can just push that back, and now he secures this middle position, so he can go ahead and take this third base. But again, you know, like I was saying, the Terran can just keep the Zerg in their base and get their own third very quickly. So the Terran has had... Virus has had his third up much longer, like this depot over here, just to see if there's rocks being broken down by Zerglings, so he can make sure to avoid a counterattack there. Lots of Zerglings being produced here, so we actually might see, well, I'm not sure what we're going to see. Actually, we're seeing a Spire, so we're probably not going to see any kind of too huge of an attack. I was thinking with that many Zerglings and the Baneling Nest about to go up, we might see him go for another big Roachling Baneling attack or something like that, which wouldn't be particularly wise with so many siege tanks out already in siege mode. But we are seeing the Spire, and he has been saving up a lot of gas, so we're probably going to see him produce about a dozen Mutalisks when those pop out. Ooh, a few Banelings being morphed over here. Might be considering putting some... I'm not sure what he's going to do with those actually. Might just have these units over here in case of a in case he needs to counterattack, he can run those in. If there's an attack going on. Hellions are now roaming around the map, just trying to do what they can, trying to see what the Zerg is up to. And yeah, he hasn't scanned the Zerg in a long time, so he doesn't really know too much about what's going on. Does he know these units are here? Nope. He's just kind of running around the map, checking. And again, this is a likely place for a 4th base. So, very smart of him to send a Hellion over here. This Hellion's just kind of scouting for any drones that might come in this direction to get a 3rd base. I'm sorry, 4th base. And yeah, just a lot of Zerglings and Banelings, and wow, okay, so never mind. He went with +1 flyer carapace as soon as the, flyer attacks as soon as the Spire finished, and then instead of making mutas, made 42 Zerglings. So he is worried, I guess, about an attack right now, and don't know why he decided to make so many Zerglings. I mean, he has a lot of economy actually, so he is going to be able to make those Mutalisks still. He didn't spend a lot on gas, but I guess Cezanne just likes to save up money and build a lot of Mutalisks at once. Oh, might catch these Zerglings, or the Zerglings going to catch the Hellions fighting on that ramp. The Hellions are kiting really well. Not going to be able to land those. Oh, never mind. He just stopped moving the Hellions, so he does land them. That works too. Looks like a drop was spotted here, and the Zergling stopped it from even dropping, so he had to fall back. And so nicely done there. That might have been why he was not microing his Hellions, because he was microing his drop. And now he's making the Mutalisks. He's made a dozen of them already, and making even more. Wow, he's actually, yeah, he's up to... It's going to be up to 18 mutas right now. And they're going to be at +1 attack here pretty soon as well. He's got a lot of Zerglings on the map, so he's got a pretty decent army here. They're both about tied in the supply count. And the creep is spread. I like this creep spread. He's got, looks like two lines of tumors going up either side towards the middle of the map. And he's actually made his 4th base over here at this side instead. And he's actually, it looked like he had some Zerglings and Banelings over here to protect against drops. But he knows this attack is coming. He needs everything here. So he is bringing everything back for one defense. I'm surprised he doesn't have this moving into position to do a flank. He needs to move it in position for the flank. Oh no, the Banelings are morphing. They're not done morphing yet, and he's going to lose several Banelings before they're done morphing. And the flank is coming in from behind. Is he going to get there in time, though? Oh, the Mutalisks are coming in. They're going to try and pick off what they can. But so many units got killed before that engagement. That was really bad. But now the Terran's in a little bit of trouble because these tanks are surrounded. This group of Zerglings is keeping reinforcements from joining up, or they should be at least, but they're not. Staying in the middle of the map, they should go to the middle maybe and stop that from happening. Muta's coming in, picking off another Marine. Cannot kill those tanks off though. That is his main goal, is to try and kill those tanks. And he's not able to accomplish that with the Mutas. But again, the Terran is trapped here. And oh, this could be bad. He's unsieged. Oh, he sees it though. He sieges up, but it's too late. The Zerglings are on top of the tanks. The tanks go down so quickly. The Banelings, unfortunately, diverted course a little bit, but it's still good. He still lands a couple of them. He needs to micro those Zerglings to actually catch those Marines. And oh my gosh, we could see Cezanne take the advantage here. He does take the advantage. If he'd killed off those Thors, if he caught them before they got back to the defensive position, that could have been almost the end of the game. But the Thors are there, so that means he still has defense against the Mutalisks, and he's still going to be fine. Overlord's hiding in the top corner here, by the way. Just was seeing what that was. And here comes the Muta harass now that the Thors are down at the front of the protective choke. So he doesn't have anything back here at the moment. If he does get a Thor back here, does he have a Thor? Nope, no Thors within range at all. So he's just actually going to pick off those turrets with ease and with glee, and is going to get out of there without doing too much damage. Terran is now moving out into the middle of the map though. He needs to be a little bit careful. The Mutas are going to be completely ineffectual. He needs to not clump them up like he did last game. Now here's the thing, Cezanne is pretty much maxed out. He is maxed out. He's got a lot of money in the bank, so he's going to be able to remax off Zerglings. Well, he's going to be able to make a lot of Zerglings, at least, after the battle happens. But he needs to protect this 4th base. He desperately needs to protect that 4th base, because as you can see, Virus is getting his 4th up and running. It's going to be a planetary. It's going to have 4 turrets. It's going to have Thors. It's going to be fine. Oh, is he going to catch this off guard? The tank siege up. Oh, the Banelings! Oh, he loses like 10 Banelings with one volley there. Oh no, he's going to lose even more. Oh, the tanks were luckily unsieging at that moment, so he doesn't lose as many as he could have, but he wasted so many Banelings there. The Mutalisks, though, have counterattacked with some Zerglings into the main, and he's going to be able to kill off some Marines here and do some damage. And there's actually no turrets here. He can just... Why is he not killing SCVs? Where is he going? I guess he's worried about the Marines coming back to kill them, but he could have easily gotten some SCV kills there. Now he's coming over here where the turrets are. Oh, Cezanne missing out on some opportunities for some free kills. Instead, just taking some damage. And the Terran has now secured the middle of the map. Even more turrets going down. That's going to be a planetary soon. He's even got a watchtower. I'm sorry, not a watchtower. A sensor tower up to spot anything coming in. Here comes the Mutas. The turrets on that side are not quite complete yet, but he's forced back. Now, Cezanne was able to make a lot of Zerglings still, but he needs something more. And there we go. Just as I was about to say it. 14, 15 more Mutalisks being produced, and I'm really surprised that we didn't see this infestation pit earlier. He needed to have teched to Hive, so he could have maybe followed that up with Broodlords instead of more Mutalisks, because now that there's lots of Thors in the mix, I mean, those Mutalisks are going to be very, very ineffectual. Moving across the map, here he goes. Banelings and Zerglings powering in. The tanks were unsieged again. Picks them off very quickly. The Marines running for dear life. Banelings landing on a lot. The Roaches are even in the battle, but the Mutalisks clumped up on the Thors, and the Thors, along with the Marines, were able to kill off all of those brand new Mutalisks. Some more Mutalisks have been, actually not all of them. I guess he killed off the old Mutalisks, but not the new ones. Oh man, he's got to try and morph so many Banelings before this Terran army kills off his bases. Some Zerglings just running and die. They were just on rally. Oh, he picks off a tank. Nicely done. He needs to hold back. He needs to be patient here. He needs to not lose those banelings while they're morphing. The banelings finish morphing. He draws them back. Very nicely done. There's a nice large force of Marines there, though. Is he going to be able to break out of this? Cezanne is building a new base in the bottom right, so if he can hold this off, he will be in good shape. But this is not looking good for our Zerg player. Cezanne is in trouble. As soon as he runs in to try and baneling those Marines, he falls back to the tanks, and the tanks aim for the banelings. This is huge. He needs a lot more Zerglings. The Zerglings are not out yet. The banelings go in. He's able to do a lot of damage to the Marines, but will it be enough? No, there's too many Marines. GG! Coming from Cezanne, too much pressure, and Startail Virus does not disappoint. He has been in Code S before, and he is not going to be dropping out of Code A. Cezanne, unfortunately, very strong player, pretty good player, just didn't have what it took to deal with what Virus could throw at him. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a great set of series. Every single series was good. You know, a little bit disappointing play out of Sculp, for instance, making a lot of mistakes there, but every single series went to Game 3. We had back and forth play, all kinds of epic games. We even had that epic PvZ with Seal versus Squirtle. That was great. That was awesome. Anyway, so I think that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and again, just to review here, you guys can see it on your screen right now, but just to review, Heart beating Bomber and actually eliminating Bomber. Very big surprise, big upset there. TSL's got to be happy about that one. Squirtle managing to defeat Seal, the up-and-coming Zerg player. Very good Zerg player, though. Expect to see him in the future, that's for sure. That is not his last time in the GSL, I am sure of it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Managing to beat Sculp. Sculp definitely needs some more time. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him in Code A again. I've got to say that, unfortunately. And then lastly, but not least, our former Code S player Virus defeating Cezanne in another 3-game series. And I think that's pretty much going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed casting for you. Again, I am Moletrap. You can follow me on Twitter at Moletrap if you would like to know more about what I'm doing, when I'm casting, and what I'm casting, that kind of thing. And that's pretty much going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you next time. Tune in tomorrow for Code S, by the way. And I'm actually not sure if the other stream is still going on right now, but if it is, you can tune in there for the rest of the matches as well. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.